From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And we're underway from Kansas City. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down, ball at the 36. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Saints take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Completes this one to Hill. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
He throws a bullet deep to the cut at the 20-yard line. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second down run by Pacheco. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Right back to Pacheco. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 27 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
Oh, he trucked that defender. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Chiefs. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he goes down approaching that 10-yard line. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 3rd and 4.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. Completed to his running back. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs start to fight back with their 1st points in this game. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs tie this game 7-7. Reed now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Carr. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Carr here from the gun. On target to Valdez-Scantling. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. The Saints pushing for a score before the break. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Carr. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing again, it's Carr. Got his target, it's Hill. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stay on the ground with Kamara. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Kamara has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Another shot for Kamara. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints take the lead just before halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense. And that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing it just before halftime. Kelsey makes the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Carr. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Carr back to throw. He's going deep this time. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. Taken in by Hill, right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Carr now on 1st and 10. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Trying again following the sack. This is reeled in by Kamara. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. He's back to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Here's an important kick now for Blake Grupe. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Oh, this is going to be close, and it's no good. He hooked it too far left. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a 2-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been the death knell. But the miss, you just see it. It breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
Running right is Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here. It's Pacheco again. Has a lane past the 45. And finally down right along that opposing 40. It's a pickup of 26. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw, Mahomes. This could decide things. It's intercepted. And the Saints are set up just shy of the 25 after that tackle.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Carr setting to throw. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that,
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon A-Chain. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. Achan, a 1st down, and then some. 20, 15. The speed on display. He's in. Devon Achan. Touchdown, Miami. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. 2nd play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing at the start. Here's Carr. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Open man down the field. It's Olave.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Here now, 3rd and 5. In motion is Hill. Now a loose football. It's picked up by the Dolphins. Well, the ball. Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Here's Tua to open with a throw. A pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again here. Second and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Throwing on third down, Tungo Bailoa. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And now it's fourth down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They are going for it. It's Tungo Bailoa. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That is brought in.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from New Orleans. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Smith start with a throw here. Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. Jukes out a one-stop. And the Saints get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Oh, baby, this stadium was already loud to start this game, Brock, but that play, it's in an absolute uproar now.
And the one thing you want to do as an opposing team is quiet the crowd, especially as a quarterback. It's your job to quiet that home crowd, but an interception, well, it does nothing but add fuel to the fire. A fever pitch now as the offense takes the field, looking for an early lead. When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Here's 2nd and 5. Completes this one to Hill. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Gonna keep this one and go. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Kamara running out of the gun. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That one gains 7. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Running left, this is Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick. Getting another shot at 2 here. And he'll get in. That gives them an 8-0 lead. The penalty gives them a little bit of an assist, and then they cash in easily for 2.
If they're going to stick you on the 1-yard line, you'd better be able to get it every single time. An unforced error defensively that the offense absolutely capitalizes on.
Here's Groupion now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now run. First gives to Zach Charbonnet. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Taken in by Noah Fant. Down the left sideline he goes. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. Walker will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play. Smith in the pistol. Has it in close. It's a Seattle touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
He's throwing for it. On the move, headed right. And he makes the catch, and just like that, we're right back even at 8 apiece. What a start to this one, baby. Both teams scoring, and without hesitation, run everyone out there to go for 2. For fans of aggressive offenses, Brock, this is certainly shaping up to be their perfect type of game.
Yeah, you think both these offenses just going to go for 2 from here on out? I don't know. There's a lot of risk involved with it, but I'm here for it.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. This is ahead for about 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Carr off the play fake. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Carr staring down a 3rd and long. Getting out to his left. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints with 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Kamara's got it. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Got his target, it's Hill. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They give to Kamara, left side. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the 2nd half of a deadlocked game. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Khan. He gets a lot behind one. Deep down. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the 2nd half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this 2nd half.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. Offense in the hurry up here. They go play action. Here's Smith. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
On 3rd down, Walker. And this one doesn't go far. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He's back to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And they won't do it, so that falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Carr with it on first. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick. Yeah, all right, now another opportunity to convert this 2-point try. And he's across the goal line and in. That makes it an 8-point lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Offense up to the line fast. On 2nd down, a run with Charbonnet. And have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now an inside give to Walker. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Working quickly here. 1st down, and they go right back to it. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This is Walker on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
Smith on 3rd and short. Into traffic, complete. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Back to throw it. He's on the move. He's running for it. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the fourth. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Smith to the air now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
All right, I'll set up now. First and 10. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They give on second to Kamara. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now, before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Nicotomi's kick is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He fires, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Saints take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination?
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Blake Grupe out and ready to send this away. And here we go from LA. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first... All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
21.
Right to the air is Herbert. And that's going to be batted away, incomplete, so pretty ho-hum way to wrap up our first quarter. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So it'll be 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Back to the air, Herbert. Chased out to his right. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Herbert now. He has the first over the middle. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. Now it's Cameron Dicker on. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. That's caught in the end zone, so no garden variety point after there. They run the fake pass for an 8-0 lead and leave that opposing sideline stunned. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line. Carr now on 1st and 10. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On target to Valdez-Scantling. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Escapes the pocket. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Throwing again, it's Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. This is Alvin Kamara with it. His charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, Carr. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Carr setting to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here's Carr. Throw caught by his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Catch made by Chuck. Space pass for 35. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They just get the play off. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, with a big gain on that play. We will not get another play. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he pushed deep into enemy territory.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson to throw right away. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at them as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Second and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 4th down, here's Wilson. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Throwing is Wilson. He's got this to Pickens. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Steelers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. In motion, the tight end. They fake the handoff. Now Carr, flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Little short pass here to Hill. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Carr to throw again. Flushed out right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Oh, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you get a look inside Rocket Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. And we are underway in Buffalo. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Allen now looks to throw. And it's caught. And he'll get about 6 here before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Quick throw complete. Touchdown, Bills. Keon Coleman, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10. Right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Saints are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
56, 56.
Allen to throw once more. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Allen to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Now a play fake. Carr. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Carr now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Valdez-Scantling in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. He's into space past the 25. And down to the 19-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go around. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Now Allen. It's complete to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Allen going to change the look here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. To the air, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A final shot before half for Allen. Flush to his right. And caught by Cooper for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Pass on for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay, but they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Allen going to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
To throw, it's Allen.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown!
Dalton Kincaid.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, now Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Kamara is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll turn to Kamara. And he is not going to get there. They get him out of bounds well shy of the goal line, and the defense holds on the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On play action, Allen. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Second down, 8 yards to go. Now Allen. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
A big play looming on 3rd down. To throw is Allen. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Off the option, that's complete. Touchdown, Bills! Khalil Shakir from 3 yards out. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's Dorian Williams who got there for the sack.
I love how they're tearing the pages out of the so-called book. I wish more teams would do this instead of laying back. Bring pressure in this situation. Go after him a little bit.
Throwing his Carr. And that is incomplete.
With that
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Glad you're with us. It's Blake Grupe to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Penix to the air right away. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The rookie from Washington putting it right where he needs to. He's got his guys a first down. To the air, Penix. Caught by London. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Here's Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Touchdown, Falcons!